everybody out in the fairy world and human world. I'm Blackberry Fairy, and today I will be doing a light reading of my first story, Blackberry Fairy of Faeriedale. I'm going to put on these human glasses, because that's the only way to read them. Anyhow, so I published my book last night for all you humans to read, if you'd like to. So I'm going to do a light reading. I'm not going to do the whole story. I'll probably do the whole story later, but we're going to start with the first couple pages. This book is available on lulu.com. Just look up Blackberry Fairy, and it's published by Faeriedale Books. I'm going to read you the back first, because it's a little bit about me. On a full moon, when a human infant laughed for the first time, a small baby fairy was found underneath a blackberry bush, beside the river that rolls beside the village of Faeriedale. Apart from her mysterious origins, Blackberry is kind and loving, and she has a free spirit. She likes to sing, she likes to dance, she likes to draw and talk to her friends, Lilith the spider, Onyx the cat, and Cookie the cockatoo. The first day of school can make anybody nervous, especially a misunderstood fairy and free spirits. Blackberry Fairy's first day of school did not go very well. Her wings were stubby. Not these ones, of course. I got wings, and that will be in story number 2. So this is about my past. Her wings were stubby and wouldn't fly. She stuttered when she spoke, and her magic wand wouldn't work. And the most popular girl in school called her Scary Blackberry on her first day. Will Blackberry go back to school ever again? Find out. So, here we are. Blackberry Fairy of Faeriedale by M.G.Trehern. This book is dedicated to the late Dumbledore, a cat of the office, who passed away across the Rainbow Bridge recently. Ahem. That's when my hair was black. They say fairies are happy and whimsical beings existing out of sight of humans. But what are they really like? Some fairies are nice and others are not, but they are all a part of the fairy ring. What is the fairy ring, you ask? It is the sacred place of fairies where all who enter are friends and they come to honor each other. The fairy ring in the village of Faeriedale is the oldest in all the lands. Not a single lie can be told within the ring, as the spell of the fairy ring prevents falsehoods from being spoken there. Every full moon, the fairies dance around the fairy ring to celebrate the change of seasons and share their blessings with Mother Nature. Faeriedale is a small village beside a rolling river. There are many kinds of fairies who live in Faeriedale. Some fairies talk to plants and animals and help them grow, while other fairies create clothes, enchanted oils, and magical gems and music. At Faeriedale Day School, young fairies learn about magic, nature, and how to fly. The most popular fairy in the school is Isobel. She's a beautiful fairy with curly red hair and shiny pink wings. Isobel has dozens of friends, and she can fly the highest in her class. Everyone loves Isobel, but her popularity has made her spoiled and unkind to other fairies. The most unpopular fairy is Blackberry Fairy. She has short, stubby, black wings that are feathery and baby-like. Blackberry is hoping that someday her wings will be just as big and beautiful as Isadel's. Blackberry is considered unpopular because the other fairies think she's weird. Some fairies make fun of her dark-colored clothes, her stubby wings, and her ability to talk to spiders, birds, and cats, not to mention her mysterious origins. Blackberry was orphaned on the day she was born. She was found at midnight, on a full moon, underneath a blackberry bramble, near the house of Fëanor and Aria's lavender farm. Fëanor and Aria were much older than other fairies in Faeriedale. They had wished for a child of their own for many years, but were never blessed with one. When nobody claimed the baby, they adopted her and raised her as their own. Blackberry is a free-spirited fairy who loves to sing, draw, craft fairy crowns, frolic, and much more. She draws whimsical circles and shapes when she is bored in her favorite colors of purple, blue, and black. Blackberry's best friend is Lilith, the spider, whose web still hangs in the bramble where Blackberry was found. Lilith taught Blackberry how to speak to spiders, and Aria's cat, Onyx, taught Blackberry how to understand cats. On the first day of school, Lilith and Onyx joined Blackberry on her walk to the school. Since they are not fairy folk, they could not go into the school with Blackberry on her first day. Blackberry was so nervous that she suddenly stopped and stood firmly planted beside the sign that hung outside the school. Without warning, she began to hiccup uncontrollably. Lilith, genuinely concerned for Blackberry, hopped off her shoulder and onto the signpost. She faced Blackberry and tried to reassure her that there was nothing to be nervous about. Onyx purred lovingly at Blackberry's feet in agreement. Blackberry picked up Onyx and let her kiss her on the cheek. After she put Onyx down, Blackberry reached into her pocket and pulled out a tiny bottle of lavender oil and placed one drop on her hands. She rubbed her hands together and cupped them over her nose and mouth, and deeply inhaled the calming scent of distilled lavender oil, which came from her family's farm. "Calm yourself, my child. Take it easy. You'll be fine. Just be kind to everyone and pay attention to your teachers," Lilith advised lovingly. "Look at my wings. Look at all their beautiful wings. My wings are small, and I won't be able to fly like the others," Blackberry said in awe. "Do your best. Do the best that you can. Your wings will grow bigger in time. I'm sure of it. Now, off you go. You don't want to be late," Lilith remarked. "See you after school?" Blackberry said hopefully. "Yes, we'll be waiting for you in the blackberry bramble. We love you," Lilith said, and Onyx meowed in agreement. Blackberry turned towards the school to see Isadel and a group of popular fairies staring at her in disgust. Isadel laughed at Blackberry and then whispered to her friends, upon which they all laughed and pointed at Blackberry. She became very nervous again, with hiccups. The bell rang, and all the fairies went into school. Blackberry's first day of school did not go well at all. She nervously stuttered while saying her name when she introduced herself. When she was assigned her wand, all the other fairies could cast the first spell, but she was not able to cast a single enchantment. The first spell is an easy spell that helps fairies understand where magic comes from. When cast correctly, a fairy's wand is supposed to shower a rainbow of fairy dust. Blackberry tried and tried, but nothing happened. When Isidelle and the popular fairies saw that she was unable to do this, they laughed at her. Blackberry began to hiccup uncontrollably again. During Share and Learn hour, the students sat in a circle and shared with the class the skills they already had. When Blackberry got up to talk about her skills, she said that she could speak to spiders, birds, and cats. Isidelle commented loudly, "Ew, you talk to spiders?" "Yes, my best friend is a spider," Blackberry said. "That's weird. Spiders are scary. That makes you scary, Blackberry." Isidelle laughed. "Scary Blackberry." The teacher scolded Isidelle, but it was too late. Everyone in the class thought she was scary and weird. By lunchtime, the whole school was calling her Scary Blackberry. During lunch, Blackberry sat underneath a tree far away from the others, alone. As she was eating her cheese tarts her mother had made her, a friendly fairy, dressed in green with big green wings named Sunflower, asked if she could sit with Blackberry. Happily, she invited Sunflower to join her. Sunflower told Blackberry that she didn't think she was weird and wanted to be friends. Blackberry was so happy that she shared one of her cheese tarts with Sunflower. When lunch was over, Sunflower said she'd hoped to see Blackberry in the fairy ring ceremony that night. Blackberry told her that she always goes because her parents organized the event. Later that day, on her way home, Blackberry heard a scream coming from the blackberry bramble by the farm. She saw several of the popular fairies running away laughing. Fearing for Lilith's safety, she rushed over to see what the fuss was about. When she arrived, she found Isidelle on the ground, tangled and thrashing at Lilith's web. Isidelle was covered in Lilith's spider web. Onyx had arched up her back and was hissing at Isidelle. I'm going to stop there because it's a nice turning point. And I just want to show you my friend, Sunflower. This is us having cheese tarts underneath the tree. So that is the first half of my story. I hope you've enjoyed the beginning. I will probably do a full reading later. We'll see. Anyhow, I have lots to do. And I'm sorry I fidgeted with my crown. It's a little heavy. Heavy as the crown. Anyhow, well, I hope you have a fantastic human Saturday. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.